Hello, friends, and welcome to Yoga and Meditation with me, Jane Stimpson, librarian at the LSC-CyFair Harris County Public Library, also a certified yoga teacher, bringing you yoga and meditation from my living room this fall. So welcome. We are going to start in meditation this evening. So take a second to get what you need to get comfortable in a seated position. You can roll up the back of your mat and sit on that roll. If you have a block or a meditation cushion, you can also sit up on that, and that's what I'm going to do this evening. So take a moment to get into a comfortable seat, whatever that means for you. Maybe it's an easy crossed leg sit. Maybe your legs are straight out. Maybe you're kneeling. But let's just take a moment to transition into this time and this space of our practice on our mat this evening. Let's take a few cleansing breaths to start. Inhale deeply through your nose. And exhale, sigh it out of your mouth. Good, let's do two more like that. Inhale deeply through your nose. Exhale, open the mouth and release. One more. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh. Nice. And now I invite you to take a moment and sit tall. So pull the waist out of the hips. Pull the rib cage out of the waist. And the gaze is straight ahead. Eyes are soft, gently open or closed. Shoulders are loose. And just let the belly be full and easy tonight. And in this opening sit, I'd like you to start by bringing your attention to the sounds that you hear outside of the room you're practicing. Maybe it's sounds from the rest of the house or dwelling. Maybe it's the sounds from outside the building you're in. Just take a moment to observe the sounds outside your room and let them go one by one. And now I'd like you to bring your attention to the room that you're practicing in and note what sounds you can hear in the room around you. Maybe you have a pet practicing with you or a fan going. Just again, noting, observing, and releasing the sounds that we can hear in this room around us. And now finally, I'd like you to bring your attention to your body and the sensations in your body. Note what parts of your body feel open and strong. What parts of your body might feel a little tender or a little tight this evening. Maybe areas where we want to bring a little bit more attention and care to as we practice tonight. So bringing our attention and awareness all the way in from the outside to the sensations in our own bodies. And now for the last part of our opening sit tonight, I'd like you to think of a word or a phrase and set an intention for your practice this evening. So how would you like to feel throughout and at the end of your practice tonight? Maybe the first word that comes to you is strength, or joy, or focus. Intentions I like to use for myself many times are play. And the other night, the first word that came to me as an intention was respite. So just take a moment and think about how you would like this practice to make you feel this evening. And use that as our intention, as the word that we come back through throughout class tonight. So with the eyes still gently closed, bring the palms together, touching in front of your heart. Take a deep inhale and breathe your intention in. And on your exhale, bow the head, drop the hands, and gently blink your eyes open and come back to center. All right, lovely. We're going to start on hands and knees, so take a second to move your cushion or your block or unroll your mat. And make your way onto your hands and your knees in a tabletop position. Wrists squarely underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Back flat and neutral. And on your next inhale, drop the belly and lift the chin and the gaze for cow pose. And on your exhale, round the back and tuck the chin to your chest for cat pose. Let's take several more rounds. Inhale, arch the back, collarbone wide, cow. Exhale, round the back for cat. Take a few more rounds of cat-cow on your own time and your own rhythm. Just finding a pace that works for you and the intention that you've set for yourself this evening. Take one more complete round of cat-cow. And then come back to your neutral spine. Reset your tabletop pose if you need to. We're going to come into some core work. Now, if you want to just stay doing cat-cow, that's a great option. That's fine. Our first option is to come off the left knee, come onto the left toes, so straighten into that left leg, driving the left heel back, and then placing the right fingertips a little bit to the front of your mat. Okay, so that's option one. You can stay like this. You're getting a lot of core work and balance in here. Option two, well, really option three, because you can always do cat-cow. All right, so option three, lift the right arm and the left leg, right thumb points up, left toes point down. And then if you want to add on to this, inhale, extend those limbs. And on your exhale, bend the elbow and knee and touch them at the center. Good. Inhale, extend. We'll do two more. Exhale, crunch in at the center. Try and keep that back flat and stable. Limbs extend. On the exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. And then if you want a little challenge, bring the right arm out to the right, the left leg to the left. Woo! Bring it back in. Set it down. Take a couple rounds of cat-cow between the sides. Definitely waking that core up early in tonight's practice. All right, after your next cat, come back to neutral spine and we'll take the other side. Remember your options. You can stay doing cat-cow. You can bring left fingertips out and straighten the right leg. That's another option. You can lift them and just stay right here. Or inhale, extend the limbs. Exhale, bend elbow and knee touch in the center. Good. Extend, inhale. Exhale, crunch in the center. Last time, inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend, and then if you want to take that last option, left arm out to the left, right leg to the right. Bring them back to the center, and then set everything down. And now I invite you to just move in a way that feels good for your body right now. Stir your own pot, shake that core work out. So you can circle the hips, move the shoulders and hips in opposite directions. You can take some more cat-cow. You can flip the directions of your fingertips. Get a little wrist stretch. Just be gentle. Just moving in a way that feels good for you this evening. And then eventually coming back to your tabletop and then sitting all the way back. We're going to stay seated just for a few moments longer before we transition to a stand. All right, so let's get into our shoulders and our side body a little bit. On your next inhale, shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. And on your exhale, open the mouth, sigh it out, release. Good, let's do 2 more of those. Inhale, shrug. Exhale, sigh and release. And last time, inhale, shrug. Exhale, sigh and release. Nice. Roll the shoulders back. And then roll the shoulders forward, just starting to get out some of the snap, crackle, pops. Okay. Take a second, look down and check which leg is in front. Bring your right foot in front. We're just in a simple crossed leg. So right foot is in front. Arms out, palms face the sky. Bend the elbows and cross the left arm over the right. Now, if you can entwine the forearms so that your palms touch, great. If not, just the backs of the hands can touch each other. Now, if this is still too much, you can just straighten that left arm and hug it in with the right. Okay, so lots of options here. This is eagle arm, so take a second wherever you are, roll the shoulders down and back. And if you have both arms bent like I do, I want you to think about pushing the elbows away and up just a little bit. And you can stay right here, or for a little bit more stretch, inhale, get tall. And then exhale, slowly fold forward. And if you're folding forward, on your next exhale, gently come on back. And everybody, release the arms and switch your sit so that the other leg, the left leg, is in front. All right, we'll take that other side. Arms out, palms up. Bend the elbows. This time right on top of left, so it's opposite arm on top and leg in front. Choose your variation, palms together, backs of the hands together, right arm straight. Then inhale, get tall, roll the shoulders back. And if you found that that fold felt nice, you can fold forward a little bit more. I can't go quite as far on this side. That's okay. On your next exhale, come on back. Release. And then with the hands resting on your knees, we're just going to circle the torso. So lean over to the right, down, left, and back. Good. We'll do that with the breath. So inhale as you go right and down. Exhale, left and back. One more. Inhale, down. Exhale, back. And then let's switch directions of our circles. So inhale to the left, center. Exhale, right and back. 2 more like that. Inhale, circle. Exhale, back. Inhale, circle. Exhale, back. Good. Right hand to the right. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, walk the right fingertips out. And side stretch over to the right. Top palm faces down. Feeling a nice side stretch on the left side. And then inhale, come on up. And take the other side. So left fingertips down. Inhale the right arm up. And walk the fingertips out. And stretch the right arm over. Inhale, come on up. And our last seated stretch will just take some nice neck rolls. So walk the right fingertips out to the right, and then just bow the right ear down to the right shoulder. If you want, you could also press out with the left hand to get a little bit more stretch. You could even take the right hand to the left side of the head and use that as a little more gentle leverage. And then release that. Gently come back to center, and we'll take the other side. So left ear drops to left shoulder. You press out through the left palm. If you liked that little more weight with the hand, resting gently on the other side of the head, you can do that as well. Inhale, release, exhale, gently come back. We're going to come back into tabletop just for a moment. Bring the big toes to touch and sit back on your heels. Walk the hands out. If the forehead touches the mat, bring your forehead down to the mat. And just, if it feels nice, you can gently sway the entire body back and forth. So hips gently sway, shoulders sway. Forehead rolls back and forth. Then come to a stillness. Look forward at your hands. Fingertips are spread wide. Palms are rooting down and forward. And then come off your heels. Tuck your toes. And then come, lift the knees and the hips and come back into your downward facing dog. So take a second here, bend one knee at a time. Walking your dog. And then if you want a little bit of a strength challenge here, I want you to inhale, lift just the right foot off the ground, heel drives towards the ceiling, three-legged dog. And then exhale, put it back down. Now inhale, left heel rises. Exhale, set it down. And then gently walk your feet, bend the knees, walking the feet towards the hands. When you get there, clasp opposite elbow. And just gently sway from side to side. Let the head and neck relax, so nod the head yes. Shake the head no. And then release your elbows, bend the knees, gently roll up to a stand. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Head stays bowed. Roll the shoulders back and lift the gaze. We're going to start our standing series with our half salutations, linking breath with movement. So up at the top of your mat, take your mountain pose. Feet are firmly planted. You can lift all 10 toes off the mat and still feel those four corners of your feet solidly grounded in the earth. Calves and thighs are engaged, tailbone tucked, arms resting calmly at your sides, gaze straight forward. Exhale all your breath. And on your inhale, the arms rise. On your exhale, the knees bend and fold. Keeping knees as bent as we need to. Inhale, hands to the shins, lift the back, flatten it like you're coming up halfway. And then exhale, rebend the knees, refold. Inhale, press the feet into the earth to help you rise straight and strong. Exhale, return the hands to your side. And we'll take 2 more half salutations before we move on. Inhale, arms will rise. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale, hands to the shins, lift halfway, flat back. Exhale, refold. Inhale, arms will rise. Exhale, hands return. Last half. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Look up here, you can see me. Exhale, fold. And inhale, rise. Exhale, hands return. And just for a moment here, just before we move on, press the hands together in front of your heart. Connect your thumb to your breastbone. And take a moment and gaze down at your fingertips. And come back to your intention for tonight's practice. Check in with your intention. How are you feeling? How might you need to modify your practice to get there? All right, moving on. Exhale everything. Inhale, arms will rise. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale, hands to the shins, lift halfway. Exhale, rebend and fold. Right foot steps back, left foot stays where it is, left knee bent. We're in a lunge. Take a moment, inhale where you are in this lunge. And then on your exhale, I want you to gently straighten into this front knee and move the hips back. It's okay if this front knee stays bent. Take a breath here. And then exhale back into the lunge. Plant the hands to either side of that front foot. And if you can, step this left foot back to meet the right. We're here in downward facing dog. If you need to reset your feet like I did, totally fine. We're taking a breath here in downward facing dog. And then we're going to come out the way we came in. So take an inhale. And on your exhale, right foot steps forward in between the hands. It's okay if you need to move it into place or take a couple steps to get there. Inhale here in the lunge. And exhale, step that left foot forward to meet the right. Again, okay to take a couple steps to do it. Inhale, hands to the shins, flatten the back, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to a stand. Exhale, hands return. Let's grab the other side of that salutation. When you're ready, inhale, arms rise. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale, hands to the shins, lift halfway. Exhale, left foot steps back, right foot stays where it is. Here in our lunge with right foot forward, take an inhale. And then on your exhale, shift the hips back, gently straighten into this right leg for this wide-legged form of pyramid. Inhaling here. And then exhale, rebend into that front knee, plant the hands, and step the front foot back to meet the back one. Downward facing dog for a breath or two. Good, deep inhale here. And on the exhale, left foot steps forward between the hands, taking a breath here in our lunge. And exhale, right foot steps forward to meet the left. Inhale, hands to the shins, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, press the feet into the mat to help you rise to a stand. Maybe take a little back bend while you're here. And then exhale, hands release. Just take a moment before we grab our last standing salutation series to take a nice side stretch. So you can bring feet, hips width apart or together, your choice. But inhale the left arm up, right hand is on the right thigh. And exhale, side bend over to the right, right hand slides down the thigh. Deep inhale. And then instead of coming back straight, we're just going to continue this circle with our left arm, drop the left arm, and then come up to stand that way. Let's take the other side. Left hand on the outside of the left thigh. Inhale, the right arm rises. And exhale, side stretch left. And then with control, on your exhale, drop that right arm and circle it around. We're back at the front of our mat, mountain pose. Arms rest at the sides. Gaze is straight ahead. Take a moment, roll those shoulders back. Feel your shoulder blades traveling down your back. Check in with your intention. And then when you're ready, inhale, arms rise. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale, lift halfway, flat back. Exhale, right foot steps back. Pivot the right heel so that toes are pointing towards the long edge of the mat. And then cartwheel the arms up. We're coming into warrior two. So left toes pointing forward, right toes pointing out to the side. Left knee stays bent and pointing directly over those left toes. Left shin is vertical. And then the last piece of our warrior two is our arms parallel to the mat, gazing out strongly over those left middle fingertips. Keeping our balance here, keeping our shape by thinking about bringing more weight into the back leg and the back arm to keep us stable. Good. Warrior two. Take an in-breath here. And on your exhale, drop the right hand to the back of the right thigh, left palm faces up, and then arch back. If you want, you can straighten into that front leg or keep it bent. It's your choice. I like to straighten. Reverse warrior, here we are, taking an in-breath. And on your exhale, rebend into that front knee if you straightened it. Left forearm to the left thigh, right arm up and over, palm faces down. So we're drawing a straight line from the tip of our right fingertips all the way down the right side body to the right pinky toe edge of our foot. Extended side angle. Take a breath here. On your exhale, pivot off the back heel. Bring hands down to either side of our front foot. So here we are in our familiar lunge. Take an inhale. And on your exhale, once more gently straighten into that front knee. Hips shift back. Thinking about driving the right hip bone down towards the left toe. So trying to square up those hips. Inhaling here. And on our exhale, rebending into that lunge. Drop the back knee to the mat, flip the back toes. Bring the front knee back to meet the back one. And then lower all the way down to the mat. hips, belly, chest. Position your hands underneath your shoulders. Hug the elbows into your rib cage. And on your next inhale, press the hands and tops of feet into mat and rise up into your Cobra Pose. Exhale, lower. Press back to a tabletop position. And then tuck the toes, lift the knees and the hips up and back to downward facing dog. We know we need to come out the way we came in. So on your inhale, lift the right heel up, three-legged dog. And then on the exhale, bend the knee and bring that foot all the way in between the hands. Take an inhale here in the lunge. And then exhale, step the left foot forward to meet the right. Inhale, lift halfway, flat back. Exhale and fold. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands release. Let's go ahead and grab that other side. So when you're ready, reset your mountain pose. And then on your inhale, arms will rise. On your exhale, bend the knees and fold forward. Inhale, hands to the shins, lift halfway. Exhale, refold. This time, left foot steps back. Here we are in our lunge. And then exhale, pivot that left heel down, left toes point out. Cartwheel the arms up into our warrior two shape. So making sure that front shin is vertical. We're pressing weight down through the back hand and the back leg. Keep ourselves balanced and not overweighting the front body. Good. Gaze out over those right middle fingertips. A couple breaths here. And then on your next exhale, drop the left hand to the left thigh. Right palm faces up. And then exhale, bend back. Reverse warrior. You can keep that front knee bent or straighten it. Straightening it will give you a little bit more stretch and reach in that right side body. Inhaling here, reverse warrior. And then on your exhale, gently bending back into that front knee. Right forearm, right thigh. Left arm comes up and over, palm faces down, extended side angle pose. So I want you to think about opening your left chest here. So think about your right inner knee and the left side of your ribs and chest are trying to stretch away from each other. And gaze can be up towards the ceiling or out. And one more in-breath here, an extended side angle. And then on your exhale, hands down to either side of the front foot, come off that back heel. We're here in our lunge. And then we exhale and gently press the hips back. Wide-legged forward, wide-legged pyramid. Good in-breath here. Exhale, come back into your lunge. Bring the back knee down. Bring the front knee back to meet it. And lower all the way onto your belly. Set up for your Cobra Pose. Hands underneath the shoulders, elbows hugging in. And on your inhale, peel the chest. And maybe the belly off the mat. Making sure shoulders are away from the ears, not hunched up. Inhaling here in your Cobra. And then exhale, lower back down and press all the way back into Child's Pose. Good. When you're ready, come up to tabletop. Tuck the toes. Lift the knees and the hips up and back for downward facing dog. And to come out as we came in, inhale, maybe pick the left foot up, heel drives towards the ceiling. And then exhale, the knee bends, left foot in between the hands. Inhale here in the lunge. Exhale, step the right foot up to greet the left. Inhale, hands to the shins, flat back. Exhale, fold. And inhale, press the feet into the earth to rise all the way to a stand. Exhale, release. Bring the feet about a little bit more than hips width apart, so maybe the width of your mat or so. And just move the hips around in circles. We'll do some easy barrel rolls. If it feels good, go ahead and circle the wrists here. And then reverse all your circles, your wrist circles, your hip circles. Good. Bring the hips to a stillness or keep barrel rolling if that's your thing. We'll do a couple more wrist stretches. Right hand out like you're telling somebody to stop, and then gently pull those fingertips back towards you. Right fingertips down, gently point them, pull them back towards you. And then right palm faces up, gently pull the fingertips back. Good, release that. Left hand out, gently pull the fingertips back. Left fingertips down, gently pull them back. And then last one, left palm up, gently pull them back towards you. And gently release. All right. Our last standing pose, we're going to take a wide-legged forward bend. So if you're facing the front of your mat, go ahead and turn yourself so you're facing a long edge. Just bring your feet more than mat width apart. A kind of a good rule of thumb you might hear other teachers saying is when you have your hands out to your sides parallel to the ground, your ankles are kind of, and then point your fingertips down, your ankles are kind of there where your fingertips point down to. But take whatever works for you. A longer, wider stance is going to be a little bit more intense, shorter stance a little bit less intense. All right, so get really tall in your wide-legged stance, hands on the hips. Extend the crown of the head towards the sky. And then on your exhale, with a gentle bend in your knees, tip the pelvis forward and bring the hands to the mat. While we're here, take a moment, just inhale, flatten the back, and then exhale. And you can keep the hands underneath your shoulders. You can bring them back to your hips or to your thighs. You can grab the big toes with the peace sign fingers and bend your elbows. So take whatever variation of wide-legged forward bend feels best for you and your body this evening. And then once more, release the neck by nodding the head yes. And shaking the head no. And then coming back to stillness. We're going to come out the way we came in. So inhale, fingertips down, flat back. And then on your exhale, use your core to bring you all the way up. Nice. And then step forward to the front of your mat. And we're going to come down to a sit. So you can just sit down on your mat, or if you'd like it to transition down. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, sit back in your chair pose. A breath here. And then exhale, keep sitting, keep sitting, keep sitting, keep sitting until you've made it all the way down. Nice. Legs out long in front of you, toes point up. Knees can be a little bit bent if they need to be. Inhale, both arms by the ears, sit tall. And on your exhale, gently fold forward, bringing the hands wherever they want to rest this evening. And each inhale, get a little taller. Each exhale, maybe seeing if we can fold further a little bit. One last deep inhale. And exhale, gently release. You can use the hands underneath the thighs to gently bend the knees. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together. If that doesn't feel great in your body, soles of the feet can be apart, and you can have the feet a little bit further away from your hips in Omega Pose. So it's up to you here. Well, whatever foot position you've chosen, inhale, get tall. And then exhale, fold forward, walking the fingertips. Knowing that every day that we practice, every time we practice, our folds will be a little bit different. They'll feel a little bit different. That's okay. So if you find that, maybe one day you can't fold as far as you did in your last practice, that's okay. Every day the body is different. Just come back to your intention. Chances are, it doesn't matter how deep you fold, in order to achieve that, an intention for yourself. Good. One more deep inhale here. And then exhale, gently release. All right. We're going to take a seated twist. So use the hands either side of the knees to bring them up together. Where are we going to twist first? Okay. Actually, leave the left knee bent and bring the right heel to the outside of the left glute. And then bring this left foot, stamp it down to the right of your right knee. Left hand behind you. Right hand hangs onto that left knee or elbow to the top of the left knee. Inhale, get tall. And then on your exhale, twist to the left, using this elbow against your thigh as a little bit of leverage to help you twist further. Last inhale here. On your exhale, unravel, come back to center. We'll take the other side. So this means that your left leg is down, left heel to the outside of the right glute. Right foot stamps down to the outside of the left knee. Right hand behind you, left hand to the knee. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, twist to the right. Good. One more deep inhale. And on your exhale, come on back. Come onto your hands and knees. We're going to take a pigeon pose before we recline all the way down. And of course, if you prefer to take a reclined pigeon, to thread the needle, you're welcome to do that instead. Okay, so we're going to bring the left knee just behind the left wrist. If you can get that the left shin parallel to the front of the mat, do it. Otherwise, it's okay for it to be at more of a 45-degree angle. And then use your right toes to walk your right knee back a little bit. Okay, and then top of the right foot rests on the mat. Get tall and make sure right here that you're not resting on your left glute, right? We're really sort of balanced in the middle here. Inhale, get tall. And then exhale. Maybe walk the fingertips forward. Maybe come down onto elbows. Maybe all the way down. If you can rest your forehead on the mat, do that. We'll take a few breaths here in our pigeon pose. Your next inhale, gently start to bring your torso up. Maybe walking the fingertips back. Plant both hands. We're going to take a three-legged dog between sides. So sort of walk the right foot back in a little bit, and then tuck the toes. Press back to downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, and then left leg returns. Come back to tabletop, and then position the right knee just behind and to the right of the right wrist. Shuffle that calf out, that front calf out to parallel or about 45 degrees. And then use the left toes to walk the left knee back. Inhale, get tall. Make sure we're not sitting on the right glute. And then exhale, bow forward or not, your choice. Remember that our sides might be different. And breathe. Breathe into that whole right hip, right glute area. And on your next inhale, gently start to come out of this side of your pigeon, walking the fingers back. You're using those toes to bring your left knee back in, and then tucking the left toes and shooting back to downward facing dog with that right leg lifted just for a moment. Good, place it down. One in-breath here and down dog, last one. And then exhale, both knees down, and shift all the way onto your back. If you were already on your back from your reclined pigeon, great, stay there. But otherwise, meet me on your back with knees bent, soles of the feet on the mat. You can just reach out and brush the backs of your heels with your fingertips, arms long by your side, palms down. We're going to take a bridge pose. So inhale where you are, And then on your exhale, tilt the pelvis back so the low back imprints on the mat, and then press the shoulders and the feet into the earth to let your hips and chest rise. So pressing the feet into the mat to help the hips rise. Pressing the shoulders and the tops of the backs of the upper arms into the mat to help the chest rise. And if you feel pretty good here, you can shimmy the shoulders underneath you and even clasp your hands along the mat to help yourself get a little bit more height. Just a couple more breaths here in our bridge pose. Try and let the glutes relax if you can. Good, one last inhale and bridge. And then on your exhale, release your hands if they were clasped, and then start to roll the vertebrae back down to the mat, one at a time. And then once your low back returns to the mat, we'll just stay here for a moment, feeling that in our spine. And then bend the knees into the chest. Give them a nice hug. Maybe take a little rock from side to side. And then separating the knees really wide. Reach up, grab the outside of the feet. Feet point towards the ceiling, knees bend down like knees could bend into your armpits for happy baby. And if you want to rock from side to side in your happy baby, go for it. And then once more, hug the knees into your chest. Hug them in so you get a nice little stretch in that low back. Now to end class tonight, you have a choice. You can come on up and end class in a meditation, or if you prefer, you can end class in a traditional rest pose. We're going to be taking a guided body scan through this, and so you can do this either lying down or seated. It's really up to you. If you've decided to lie down, let both legs go long, toes spill out to the side. Arms can rest at your sides, palms up. Or maybe it's nice to bring one arm onto the belly and one hand over the heart. Move that head around until you find the one perfect spot your head wants to rest in. If you decided to end class tonight in a seated position, go ahead and take a moment to set your seat just like we did at the beginning of class. So you can roll up the back of your mat or grab your block or your cushion. And when you get there, take a moment to sit tall. So again, pulling the waist out of the hips, pulling the rib cage out of the waist. Gaze is straight ahead. Eyes are softly closed. Shoulders are loose. And the belly is full and easy. So in this guided body scan, I'll be asking you to bring your awareness to different parts of your body and to be systematically relaxing those. So if that sounds good to you, great. If you would just prefer to be in a quiet rest or quiet meditation of your choice, feel free to tune me out for the next few moments. So wherever you've chosen to be, either seated or lying down, I invite you to bring your awareness to the crown of your head. And take a moment to relax the crown of your head. Relax the scalp. Bring your awareness to your forehead and the point between your eyebrows. And invite your forehead to relax. Soften that spot between your brows. Bring your awareness to your cheeks and your jaw and your tongue. And invite all of those parts to just relax. So cheeks and jaw may slacken and relax down towards the floor of the mat. You might feel your teeth part. Just letting the whole face gently relax. Bring your awareness now to your neck, the back of your neck, the muscles running along the sides of your neck, the front of your throat. And on your next exhale, invite your whole neck to just relax and let go. Next, bring your awareness to your shoulders, the tops of your shoulders, the collarbone, the shoulder blades. Taking a deep breath in. And on your exhale, inviting your shoulders to relax, just melt. Bringing your awareness to your upper arms, your biceps, your triceps, your elbows. Invite the whole upper arm, both sides, to just relax and melt down. Moving further down the arm, bringing your attention and awareness to your forearms, your wrists, the back of your hands, the palms. Bringing your awareness to your thumbs and each of your other fingers. Inhaling that in. And on your exhale, relaxing and releasing the lower parts of your arm. So everything from the crown of your head down through your neck and shoulders and arms are now relaxed and releasing into the mat. Bring your awareness to the front of your torso, the chest, the upper abdomen, the belly, the lower abdomen. Take a great big inhale and release it with a sigh and let that whole front body just relax. Now turning your awareness to the back body. Again, the shoulder blades, the mid back, the low back, the tailbone. And invite all of those to relax back into the mat with a sigh. So we feel the front of our torso and the back of our torso, releasing all its tension into the mat. Bringing the awareness into the hips. We hold so much tension in our hips. So really feel both sides of the hips, the front and the back, the pelvis. And on your next exhale, let go all of the tension around your hips and pelvis and just relax that back into the mat. And then finally bringing your awareness into the legs, the glutes, the hamstring, the quads, the knees. Taking a big inhale, and on the exhale, letting everything from the glutes all the way down to the knees just relax. Some big muscles here. Just let them all relax and release into the back. And then finally bringing our attention to the lower parts of the legs. So the shins, the calves, the ankle bone, your Achilles tendon, your heel. Bringing your awareness to the tops of your feet, the arches of your feet, and then finally your toes. Feeling your big toes and all your little toes. And on your next exhale, sigh and release all the tension in the calves and shins and ankles and feet. Taking a deep inhale. And on your exhale, just feeling from the crown of your head all the way down through your toes, how you've systematically relaxed and released your body, any tension that you might have there. And just rest here in this calmness. It only took us a few minutes to get here. If you were seated, stay seated. If you were lying all the way down, take a moment to start to bring life back into the body, wiggling the fingers and the toes. And then taking your time, take a big full body stretch. Arms and toes stretch away from each other. And then roll over onto one side. And use your hands to push yourself up to a seated position. Eyes can stay gently closed. And then everyone can bring palms touching in front of the heart. And I'd ask you to check in one last time on the word or phrase you used for your intention for tonight's practice. I hope this practice served you and your intention. Drop the head, drop the hands, gently blink the eyes open and come back center. Great. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. I hope you'll join me for the next class, and I hope you'll check out all of the LSC-CyFair Library's events online. We'll look forward to seeing you at the next one. Take care.